This huge group of taxpayers is down 50%. 50%. Are you in this group? Bet some of you might be. So my man Bill from, we'll just say Bill, who's done a reverse mortgage, and he lived to tell the story. He lived to tell about it, so he hasn't been put out of his house yet. Sent us data from the Summary of Federal Income Tax Data, which I love. I'm a geek. I love this stuff, and you should too if you're like me and you're smart and you love this. So the first thing we're going to see here is we're going to see average income tax rate. The bottom 50% pay a 3.1% average income tax rate. Effective tax rate is what that is. The top 1% pay a 26%. Interesting. So you can see, like, they're paying most of the income taxes. What does this not include? FICA taxes. So you average 7.65 to FICA, and you just tripled your taxes right there. Because your income tax is only one part of the tax burden. These guys, though, one second. Remember where I left off, but this group of taxpayers doesn't pay FICA tax. Now, they got to pay Medicare 1.45, but here they got to pay 7.65 on all their income and taxes to include this 3 point, which is on top of this 3.1. That's a tripling of their total tax bill. These guys, 1.45% on top of 26% is not a tripling, as you can see. You'll see right here, total adjusted gross income. The top 1% make 22% of all gross income, which is more than double what the bottom 50% make. Total share of income taxes paid, 42% does the top 1% make in total income taxes paid versus, again, income tax versus only 2.3 for the bottom 50%. Now, I don't know what it is in total FICA tax. I don't know, but you can see right there. So you say, okay. And then you can go down here and go back to 2001. The bottom 50% paid about 5% of total income tax. Now they're paying 2.3. The top 1% paid 33% tax of total income tax paid. Now they're paying 42.3. So a lot of people will mistakenly say, see, the rich are paying their fair share. And I'm going to show you why that's not true. Here's AGI going back to 1980. All right, so we can see right here, the top 1% had 8.46% of total AGI. The bottom 50% had 17.68% of AGI. All right. That's in 1980. You can even say, look, even in 1987, after there's a little bit of change from the Tax Reform Act for AGI, the top 1% had 12% of total AGI, adjusted gross income, and the bottom 50% had 15.6. All right, so now we're going to scroll down to 2020, which is last year. Oh, their AGI has gone up from 8 to 22. The bottom went from 17 to 18, 17 to 10. So the bottom's AGI was reduced by by over 40%. Well, not quite 50, but getting there in terms of gross income, adjusted gross income. The top's AGI was increased almost triple from 8 to basically 23. 22. Not quite triple, but you get where I'm going. Then you factor in the top 0.1%. It went from 8.05 to 11.32. Now, again, we don't have going back to 2001, but still, it's gone from 8.0. This is the top 0.1%, top 0.1%. And you know how many tax returns the top 0.1% had filed? I'll show you here. Check this out. 157,000 tax returns to 0.1%. 157,000 people were received as income 11.32% of total income in the United States. Just think about that. 157,000 tax filers received 11.32% of the total AGI in the United States. I think we have a table in here that shows how much we had total AGI too. Let's see. Yeah, right here. The total AGI was in 2020, adjusted gross income. Yeah, the total AGI was $12 trillion. And the top 0.1% received, I forgot how much I said. What did I say? 11% of that. It's insanity, dude. In fact, well, there it is right there, $1.49 trillion. So the adjusted gross income of taxpayers in various income tax brackets, the top 0.1% received $1.491 trillion. The bottom received $1.27 trillion. The top 50% received $12 trillion. The bottom received $1.27. But it's not even the top. Look, the top 25% hasn't really changed that much. Let me show you here. We're going to go to the top 25%. Top 25. We're going to go right here. Between 10 and 25%. I think this is between, yeah, right here. 10 and 25%. All right, so you see right here, they received a quarter of the total income, between 10 and 25% in 1980. And now they're receiving 21% So there, even if you're in the top, right there, what was it? The top 10 and 25%, your level of income as a percentage of the total has gone down significantly. Even if you're right here between 5 and 10%, you were receiving 11.2% of total American income, and now you're receiving 11.35. So what's happening here is only happening between even the top 1 and 5% right here, 12.54 to 15.92. So basically, it's the top 0.1 and top 1. You can't really even make a little bit of an argument at the top 5%, but basically, it's the basic 0.1. 157,000 tax filers received over $1 trillion. I don't even know how much that is. What's that? 100 million? I don't even know how to calculate that. As that's just AGI. So but they're paying their tax on, yeah, they did pay tax on that. 26% effective tax rate. Wow. So let's just say you received a 20, how much did we say we had? 1.4, where was the thing here? Table 3. They received 1.419 million. Their effective tax rate is 26%. So we're going to go up here, 1419 divided by 0.26. So you still are left with, that's not the right one. 1419 times, what I want to say, times 0.74. They're still left with $1.05 trillion after taxes. 1.05 trillion. I think they're going to be okay. They're going to make it. They're going to get by. I'm telling you, man, I think they're going to be just fine. So check this out. So how are we getting them? We're not getting them FICA taxes. We're not getting them on income tax that much. How are we getting them? Oh, it must be on estate tax, right? No, we're going to show you here. Where's my estate? Right here. How many estate taxes were filed in 2021? A total of 6 million estate taxes were filed in 2021, of which 42% were even subject to any taxation. That means 58% of estate taxes were not even subject to any estate taxation. The top 50 million or more estates, there's 605 estate taxes in 2021 filed that had estates over 50 million. 61% actually had taxable estates, 61%, which means that that means 40% did not have a taxable estate. So basically 360 estates that are over 50 million had a taxable estate. It doesn't say how much they paid in tax, it just said they had a taxable estate. So basically 400 roughly estates, 300 estates that had a 50 million or more paid no estate tax, even though they filed a estate tax return. Why? Because they gave it all away, man. This right here, even portability on the new estate tax law from the Trump that doesn't give you $50 million of estate tax exemptions. I'm just telling you right now. They gave it away. Who did they give it away to? The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the Sierra Club, the Rockefeller Foundation. It's sickening. It's sickening, man. It's just not good. I'm sorry. As we're dealing with hurricanes that are taking out freaking, people all over, up and down the South, you know what I'm saying? And we don't have, the FEMA doesn't have any money, but there are a group of people who has money, man. Oh, you're going to tax them? Yeah, we're going to tax them more. They don't pay the FICA tax. Now, again, I can't remember if I said this earlier or not, but we don't want to start paying FICA tax on any Tom, Dick, and Harry, because a lot of those people are small business employees, man, or owners, I should say. Me, making $300,000 a year before deductions, all that. If you start taxing them more, a significant hike where you get rid of the cap, you're going to hurt job creation because the jobs are made by small businesses. So what we do instead is we start taxing these people with dividends, or I've talked about this a million times. We say you're not paying preferential treatment on dividends and capital gains anymore. You're going to pay ordinary income. That's what you do. We start getting rid of, I'd get rid of all tax deductions. I'd give them all. Get rid of them all. Mortgage interest deduction, gone. Friggin' charitable deductions, gone. Because the vast majority of taxpayers don't take those anyway because they don't itemize. It was like 92% or something like that of tax files do not itemize. So you get rid of all the deductions. That way when Warren Buffett gives all his money to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, he doesn't get a deduction. He's got to pay tax on that, dude. And you use that to fund Social Security because I don't have it here, but the biggest source of income, I don't have it here. The biggest source of income for most retirees is Social Security, which is the Republican base. Crazy. All right, love your thoughts. Paw the like button, fondle it if you like, and tickle it. We'll see you. God bless.